started, Ryan. Thanks. So for the record, it is 2:35 p.m., November 1st, 2021. We are now opening a public hearing. Please be aware this hearing is being recorded, and the recording will be available for anyone who wishes to listen to the proceedings of the division's hearing here on our website. Welcome to today's public hearing regarding the proposed acquisition of LifeMap Assurance Company by Life and Specialty Ventures, LLC. I am T.K. Keene, the administrator of the Division of Financial Regulation, and also attending for the division are Kirsten Anderson, Deputy Administrator with the division, Greg Lathrop, the Chief Financial Examiner and Manager of the Insurance Institution Section, and Ryan Keeling, our Senior Financial Analyst. Life and Specialty Ventures, or LSV, submitted a Form A statement regarding the acquisition of control of or merger with a domestic insurer to acquire all of the outstanding stock of LifeMap for the division's approval. As the primary regulator of LifeMap, the Oregon division must approve this proposed transaction before it can take place. Today's hearing is part of the division's review and approval process. The hearing is an opportunity for LifeMap's policyholders and the general public to hear an explanation of the proposed plan, learn how it will affect policyholders' rights going forward, and provide public comment about the proposed transaction. Following these opening remarks, the representative from LSV will present the details of the proposed acquisition. After their presentation, I will open the call for public comment. You may also submit written comments and questions to the Oregon division at Form A LifeMap, all one piece, .ins at oregon.gov, or by mail to LifeMap Form A, Oregon Division of Financial Regulation, P.O. Box 14480, Salem, Oregon 97309-0405, following the hearing. The public comment period will close at 5 p.m. Pacific Time on Monday, November 8th, 2021. I'll now turn the hearing over to representatives from LSV and LifeMap to discuss the transaction. I think going to Zach first.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Keene. Good afternoon. My name is Zach Stedman. I'm a partner with Mitchell Williams, Sealy, Gates, and Woodard. I, along with my partner, Derek Smith, represent Life and Specialty Ventures, LSV. Additionally, on the line today, we have representatives from LSV as well as from Cambia and outside counsel to Cambia. However, we will handle the presentation. Today, we're here to discuss the acquisition of LifeMap Assurance Company and to review the summary and benefits of the proposed transaction. We'll begin with background of the entities. Life and Specialty Ventures, who I'll refer to as LSV, is a limited liability company, currently USAble Life Mutual Insurance Company, doing business as Arkansas Blue Cross Blue Shield, and Diversified Health Services, Inc., a subsidiary of the Florida Blue Cross Blue Shield, owned Guidewell Group, Inc., each own 43.1% share of LSV, and Blue Cross Blue Shield Hawaii and Highmark, Inc., each own 12.3% and 1.5% of LSV, respectively. LSV's primary operating subsidiary is USAble Life, an Arkansas domestic life insurance company and a 100% wholly owned subsidiary of LSV. USAble Life is licensed in 49 states and the District of Columbia and provides LSV's controlling entities with diversification through access to dental, life, disability, and other ancillary accident and health products, enabling them to compete with national carriers that tend to offer bundled products. USAble Life reinsures 100% of Florida Combined Life Insurance Company's direct dental, life, and disability business in Florida, 100% of USAble Life Mutual Insurance Company's direct dental business in Arkansas, and 100% of Blue Cross Blue Shield Hawaii's direct dental business in Hawaii. USAble Life also writes group term life, group short-term life, and long-term disability, as well as various supplemental accident and health coverages, consisting mostly of cancer, accident, critical illness, and hospital indemnity. As background for LifeMap Assurance Company, LifeMap is an Oregon insurance company owned by 4 subsidiaries of Cambia Health Solutions, Inc., an Oregon nonprofit corporation, which I will refer to as simply Cambia. LifeMap offers ancillary and voluntary coverage to employer groups and individuals in 9 states: Alaska, California, Idaho, Montana, Oregon, Rhode Island, Utah, Washington, and Wyoming. LifeMap offers group and voluntary products for life, dental, vision, short and long-term disability, critical illness, and accident insurance coverage. LifeMap's individual insurance products include short-term medical, critical illness, and dental vision products. LifeMap also offers health and disability benefit services for self-funded plans on a fee basis. As an overview of the transaction, pursuant to the terms of a master transaction agreement, Cambia has agreed to cause 1. Subsidiary affiliates to contribute 100% of the issued and outstanding capital stock of LifeMap to Northwest LSV Holding Company, Inc., an Oregon corporation controlled subsidiary of Cambia, who I will refer to as NUCO. Number 2, NUCO to contribute 100% of the issued and outstanding capital stock of LifeMap to LSV. And number 3, one or more of its affiliates to enter into a reinsurance agreement and an administrative services agreement with USAble Life, pursuant to which USAble Life will reinsure and administer most of the commercial and governmental dental insurance business of those affiliates. In consideration of these transactions, LSV will ultimately issue to NUCO a total of approximately 17.6% of the ownership interests of LSV. Additionally, as a result, NUCO will have 1 director seat on the LSV board. The 17.6% interest in LSV was subject to review in Arkansas, and on Friday, October 29th, the Arkansas Department of Insurance signed order Arkansas Insurance Department number 2021-52 approving that. Now we'll discuss benefits of the proposed transaction with impacts to LifeMap, LifeMap members and policyholders, as well as LifeMap employees. As previously noted, USAble Life is licensed in 49 states in the District of Columbia and provides access to dental, life, disability, and other ancillary accident and health products, enabling LSV controlling entities to compete with national carriers that tend to offer bundled products. Together, LifeMap and USAble Life will have successful multi-decade histories of serving Blue Cross and Blue Shield plan members. They bring substantial expertise and scale into an organization that will support 1.7 million ancillary members and 1.5 million dental members across 17 Blue Cross Blue Shield plans. This will provide increased competitiveness through improved product design and data-driven underwriting and actuarial processes. This will provide an introduction of broader, high-quality dental networks. This will provide accelerated future competencies to support integrated medical and dental product and delivery. This will provide increased investment from scale, as well as enhanced management expertise on product development and management, marketing, as well as operations. With regard to the impact to the LifeMap members, the transaction should result in no material impact to consumers and current policyholders and members. The transaction will create benefits for LifeMap's employee members by delivering affordable medical, dental, and supplemental products, as well as improved health outcomes and increased financial wellness. The transaction will create benefits for LifeMap's employer members by offering competitively priced products employees can afford, simple, customizable products that are easy to understand and use, and easy integration with benefit administration platforms. With regard to the impact on LifeMap employees, LSV intends for LifeMap to continue to maintain its licenses as an insurer in the 9 states in which it is currently licensed. LifeMap will maintain its principal office in Portland, Oregon, where its business is operated by approximately 100 persons. USAble Life will make LifeMap's Portland office a new USAble Life business hub by directly employing the persons currently operating LifeMap's business. Both LifeMap and USAble Life products sold in the LifeMap geographies will be serviced by persons and teams currently operating LifeMap's business, augmented by USAble Life's resources, and other U.S. locations to ensure continued coverage of the full LifeMap USAble Life combined service area. With regard to regulatory oversight of LifeMap, LifeMap is licensed as an Oregon domestic insurance company and is subject to regulation by the State of Oregon Department of Consumer and Business Services Division of Financial Regulation, otherwise known as Oregon DFR. The proposed acquisition is subject to Oregon DFR approval and will not affect the Oregon license. Oregon DFR will continue providing the same regulatory oversight regarding the state license. We appreciate the opportunity to work with the Oregon DFR and the other regulators at issue here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Zach. And so I think we're going next to Ryan Keeling.
Okay. For the record, I'm Ryan Keeling, the Senior Financial Analyst of the Insurance Institution section of the Oregon Division of Financial Regulation. The following are the statutory requirements for an acquisition of an Oregon domestic insurance company. Oregon Revised Statute 732.517 to 732.592 provide the legal requirements for an acquisition of an Oregon domestic insurer, as well as all transactions within a holding company system. Oregon Revised Statute 732.523 outlines the filing requirements necessary for an acquisition of an Oregon domestic insurance company. This statute and further details on the acquisition process are available on the Oregon Division of Financial Regulations website at dfr.oregon.gov. Oregon Revised Statute .732.528 prescribes specific criteria for the division to consider for approval or denial of an acquisition. The division will consider the following questions. A, does the acquisition violate the law or result in a prohibited combination of risks or classes of insurance? B, is the acquisition unfair to policyholders, shareholders, or the public? C, would the acquisition negatively affect domestic insurers by substantially reducing policyholder security and services or otherwise causing prejudice to the policyholder's interests? D, if a foreign or alien insurer is the acquiring party, can the insurer satisfy state requirements? E, would the acquisition substantially reduce competition in the insurance market in this state or tend to create a monopoly? F, if the acquisition will change control or ownership of a domestic insurer, would the insurer be prohibited from transacting the lines of insurance for which it was previously authorized? G, would the acquiring party's financial condition jeopardize the financial stability of the insurer? H, are the acquiring party's plans or proposals to liquidate the insurer, sell the assets, or merge the insurer, or make any other material changes to the insurer's business, corporate, or management structure unfair or unreasonable to policyholders or the public? I, would the competence, experience, and integrity of the persons who will assume control of the insurer jeopardize the interests of the policyholders or the public? J, is the acquisition likely to be hazardous or prejudicial to the insurance buying public? K, is the activity subject to other material or reasonable objections? And back to you, TK.
Great, thanks, Ryan. So we are now at the public comment section of this hearing. So I will now open the hearing for public comments regarding this transaction. Please note that the company is not required to answer or respond to any questions or comments at this hearing. The division will consider all comments and questions in our review of the transaction and may require the company to provide a response to DFR for any questions or issues provided during the hearing. Is there anybody on the call who would like to make a public comment? Not hearing any public comments. So public comments may also be submitted in written form to the division. And the email address to submit those comments or questions is forma.lifemap.ins@oregon.gov or by mail to LifeMap Form A, Oregon Division of Financial Regulation, P.O. Box 14480, Salem, Oregon 97309-0405, following the hearing. The public comment period will close at 5 p.m. Pacific Time on Monday, November 8th. 2021. Thank you for attending the hearing for the acquisition of LifeMap by LSV. We will now close the hearing at 2:50 p.m. Thank you.